Now, seeing one or even two of these signs doesn't necessarily mean your loved one is in their final year. People can experience some of these changes and still have months or years of meaningful life ahead. But when you start seeing multiple signs together, especially if they represent a significant change from their baseline, it's worth paying attention. The key is knowing your loved one's normal patterns and recognizing when something has shifted significantly. Trust your instincts. You know your family member better than anyone else. If you're noticing several of these signs, consider having a gentle conversation with their doctor. Palliative care specialists can be incredibly helpful in these situations, focusing not on curing but on comfort and quality of life. These conversations aren't about giving up. They're about making sure your loved one is as comfortable and supported as possible. Here's what I want you to do right now. If you're caring for an elderly loved one, take a moment to honestly assess whether you've noticed any of these signs. Don't panic if you have. Remember, recognizing these signs early gives you the gift of time. Use this awareness to have important conversations while you still can. Tell them you love them. Ask about their wishes and preferences. Share memories together. Create new moments of connection, even if they're quieter than they used to be. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps other families find this important information when they need it most. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We regularly share content about elder care, family relationships, and navigating life's most challenging moments together. In the comments below, I'd love to hear from you, but only if you're comfortable sharing. Have you noticed any of these signs in your own family? What has your experience been like? Your stories could help other viewers feel less alone in this journey. Remember, recognizing these signs isn't about predicting the future with certainty. It's about being present, being prepared, and making sure that whatever time you have left together is filled with love, understanding, and connection. Next week, I'll be sharing a video about how to have those difficult but important conversations about end-of-life wishes with elderly family members. It's another topic many families struggle with, but having these conversations can bring incredible peace and clarity for everyone involved. Until then, cherish your time together, trust your instincts, and remember that love and presence are the greatest gifts you can offer during this journey. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. What if I told you that your elderly loved one might be giving you subtle warning signs right now? Signs that could help you prepare for what may be their final year together. Most families miss these crucial indicators because they seem so ordinary, so everyday. But recognizing them early could be the difference between feeling blindsided and having precious time to create meaningful memories. Hello, and welcome back to Elderly Wisdom Daily. And today we're discussing one of the most important yet overlooked topics in elder care: recognizing the subtle signs that may indicate an elderly loved one is entering their final year of life. Now, I know this isn't an easy topic to think about. None of us want to imagine losing the people we love most. But here's the thing. Understanding these signs isn't about giving up hope or being morbid. It's about being prepared, being present, and making every moment count. You see, unlike in movies where decline happens dramatically overnight, real life gives us whispers before it shouts. These whispers are gentle changes that, when recognized early, can help families navigate this difficult journey with more grace, understanding, and precious time together. According to geriatric specialists and hospice professionals, there are, indeed, patterns and signs that often emerge in the months leading up to the end of life. These aren't definitive predictions. Every person's journey is unique, but they are important indicators that deserve our attention and understanding. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 subtle but significant signs that many healthcare professionals recognize as potential indicators that an elderly loved one may be in their final year. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to watch for, when to have important conversations, and how to make the most of the time you have together. Sign 1. Increased sleep and decreased energy. The first sign to watch for is a noticeable increase in sleeping and a significant decrease in overall energy levels. Now, we all know that older adults tend to sleep more than younger people, but this is different. What we're looking for here is a marked change from their normal pattern. Maybe your mom, who used to be up at 6 a.m. making breakfast, is now sleeping until 10 or 11. Perhaps your grandfather, who used to love his afternoon walks, now spends most of his day napping in his chair. This isn't just about feeling tired after a busy day. This is about a fundamental shift in their sleep-wake cycle. You might notice they're sleeping 12, 14, or even 16 hours a day. When they are awake, they seem to lack the energy for activities they previously enjoyed. Dr. Sarah Chen, a geriatrician with over 20 years of experience, explains that this happens because the body is naturally beginning to conserve energy for essential functions. It's not laziness or depression, though those should be ruled out. It's often the body's way of preparing for what's to come. Here's what you can do. Don't fight this natural rhythm, but do stay connected. Sit with them during their waking hours. Share quiet activities like looking through photo albums or listening to their favorite music. These moments of connection become incredibly precious. Sign 2. Significant changes in appetite and eating habits. The second sign involves dramatic changes in appetite and eating patterns. This goes beyond just eating smaller portions. We're talking about a fundamental shift in their relationship with food. You might notice your loved ones suddenly losing interest in foods they've always enjoyed. Maybe your grandmother, who was famous for her hearty appetite and love of cooking, now picks at her meals or refuses them altogether. Or perhaps they develop unusual food preferences, wanting only sweet things, or only soft foods, or sometimes wanting nothing at all. Some families panic when they see this and try to force eating, thinking nutrition will solve everything. But here's what's really happening. As the body prepares for the end of life, it naturally requires less fuel. The digestive system begins to slow down, and forcing food can actually cause discomfort. Weight loss often accompanies these changes, and it can be quite rapid, sometimes 10, 20, or even 30 pounds over a few months. This can be alarming for families to witness. What's most important here is maintaining dignity and comfort around meals. Offer favorite foods in small amounts. Focus on hydration. And remember, sharing meals together is about connection, not just nutrition. Sit with them, talk to them. Be present even if they're not eating much. Sign 3. Increased withdrawal from social activities and relationships. The third sign is perhaps one of the most heartbreaking for families to witness. When your once social loved one begins to withdraw from people and activities they used to enjoy. This might look like your father, who never missed his weekly poker game with friends, suddenly saying he's too tired to go. Or your mother, who used to love family gatherings, now preferring to stay in her room when visitors come. They might stop calling friends, stop participating in conversations, or seem disinterested in family news and events. It's crucial to understand that this withdrawal isn't personal, and it's not necessarily depression, though that should be evaluated. This is often a natural part of the life completion process. Psychologists call it life review, a time when people naturally turn inward to process their experiences and prepare for what's ahead. Some people describe feeling like they're visiting this world rather than fully participating in it. They might seem distant or preoccupied, as if they're focusing on something beyond what we can see. Here's how you can respond. Don't take the withdrawal personally, but don't completely step back either. Offer gentle, low-pressure opportunities for connection. Maybe instead of expecting them to come to the family gathering, bring the gathering to them, just a few people at a time. Respect their need for quiet while still letting them know you're there. Sign 4. Increased confusion, memory issues, or changes in mental clarity. The fourth sign involves changes in mental clarity that go beyond normal age-related memory issues. This might include increased confusion about time, place, or people, or significant changes in their ability to make decisions or follow conversations. You might notice your loved one becoming confused about what day it is, or not recognizing familiar places. They might start having difficulty following the plot of their favorite TV show, or struggle with simple decisions they used to make easily. Some people experience what's called terminal restlessness, periods of agitation or confusion that seem to come and go. Sometimes you might notice them talking to people who aren't there, or mentioning deceased relatives as if they're present. While this can be concerning for families, it's actually quite common and often brings comfort to the person experiencing it. These changes happen because the brain, like other organs, begins to function differently as the body prepares for the end of life. Reduced blood flow and changes in brain chemistry can affect cognition and perception. What's important here is to remain calm and supportive. Don't argue with their reality or try to constantly correct them. Instead, focus on providing comfort and reassurance. If they mention seeing a deceased spouse, you might say something like, "Tell me about your visit with name," rather than insisting that person isn't there. Sign 5. Speaking about death, saying goodbye, or getting affairs in order. The fifth, and perhaps most significant sign, is when your loved one begins talking about death, expressing a desire to get their affairs in order, or start saying what sounds like goodbyes. This might sound like your mother suddenly wanting to give away prized possessions, saying things like, "I want you to have this when I'm gone," or your father beginning to share stories about his life that feel like he's creating a legacy. They might start asking about funeral arrangements, updating their will, or having conversations about what they want to happen after they die. Some people become very direct about this, saying things like, "I don't think I have much time left," or "I'm ready to go." Others are more subtle, maybe talking more frequently about deceased family members, or expressing a sense that they've lived a good life and are at peace. Sometimes they'll start giving what feel like final messages to family members, expressing forgiveness, sharing their love, or offering life advice that feels particularly profound. Here's what's crucial to understand. When someone is talking about death or preparing for it, they're often not asking you to fix it or argue with them. They're seeking understanding, connection, and sometimes permission to let go. Listen to these conversations with an open heart. Ask questions about their wishes. Let them share their thoughts and feelings without trying to change their mind or insist they'll get better. These conversations, while difficult, can be incredibly meaningful and healing for everyone involved.